Navigating death and the logistics after a loved one dies, it's a sensitive and difficult conversation that so many of us will have to have.
It's also the job of an end-of-life doula. Just as a birth doula helps bring new life into the world, a death doula helps patients and families as they prepare for the end.
We had a situation where our 3 sons were all graduating. That was kind of our goal, to make it to their graduations.
Did she?
There are times in one's life as a parent that you think about from the moment your babies are born. Sometimes those moments unfold exactly as you'd expect. But in the case of Lisa Stockman Moriello, forming those core memories had to be condensed into a few short months, the time between her ALS diagnosis and the day she passed.
She always looked forward to the first mother-son dance at a wedding, and she wanted to have that experience. So the Carolina Inn provided the ballroom and a DJ, and she was able to do a first dance with each of the boys. And I danced with her too.
Lisa was the poster woman of the working mom, a healthcare PR veteran, a mom of 3 sons, a wife of 25 years, a lover of life, a sister, a daughter, an advocate, a friend, a devoted athlete, a die-hard Tar Heel. All things taken in the blink of an eye when she was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of ALS. What began as an inability to yell for her dogs spiraled into total paralysis.
So we got to the point where really the only thing that she could move was slightly move her right foot and her eyes. So we had this thing where I would hold up this card and then she would look at me and I would just kind of go across if she wanted to say something. So I would go across, and if it started with C, you know, she would blink, and then I would say, okay, the first letter is C, and then I would go across.
The cruelty of an illness that steals your body but leaves your mind. Questions left unanswered, conversations left unspoken, and a mounting fear that time is running out. It's why Lisa wanted an end-of-life doula, somebody to unburden her family while helping to get her affairs in order.
Sometimes you want a little bit of a distance too, and be able to speak frankly with someone who's knowledgeable about the topic.
Just as a birth doula helps to bring a new life into the world, a death doula or an end-of-life doula helps a person peacefully transition out.
Everyone says it must be so depressing. How can you do this work? You're talking to people who are dying all the time. You're dealing with death. You're seeing death. But it's the opposite, because you really feel like you are helping the person and their loved ones through this process and educating about it.
Janie Racco helped Lisa Stockman Moriello as she absorbed the weight of her terminal diagnosis and organized her life in preparation for her death.
What a gift to give your loved ones when they know your wishes and they don't have to guess when you can no longer express that.
There's a lot that can go into the process of dying of a terminal diagnosis. Where will you pass away and who will be there with you? Will it be with the assistance of medication, which is legal in New Jersey, or only with the help of comfort medication? The intention of a death doula is to be an advocate for the patient, especially when their illness denies them the ability to do it for themselves. In addition to arranging hospice for Lisa and helping with the mounds of paperwork, one of Lisa's wishes was to leave something tangible for her boys. Together, Lisa and Janie worked to fill out these cards, accompanied by a handwritten memory that Bob, Dean, Luke, and Scott will be able to read whenever they want to feel closer to Lisa, closer to Mom.
These are for my youngest son, Dean, but it starts with him coming home from the hospital and his 2 brothers, and you can see there's handwritten notes on the back. There's probably 40 or 50 of these.
And they each have a memory or a message from Lisa?
Yes. So Lisa actually, Janie helped guide Lisa for this and tell her what to do, but these were when Lisa was still able to write. This is her own handwriting.
And when ALS robbed Lisa of the ability to do it on her own, she dictated her messages to Janie.
Dean's high school graduation. I actually haven't opened any of these because I figure it's private between Lisa and Dean.
course.
But Dean's high school graduation, Dean's college graduation.
His 18th birthday. His 21st.
21st birthday. 25th birthday.
Wow.
30th birthday. Wedding day.
Oh my goodness.
The birth of his first child.
It is but one part of Lisa's robust legacy.
These wouldn't have happened without Janie.
We all know we're all headed towards dying at some point in our life. So why can't we have open, honest conversations just about that? And the more we normalize it, the more it's not such a frightening and scary thing.
Lisa Moriello's legacy lives on through her family, through her ALS advocacy work, and through the program that was established in her name at her alma mater, UNC Chapel Hill. You can learn more by checking out Legacy for Lisa at UNC. And to learn more about becoming or working with a death doula, you should check out INELDA. That's the International End of Life Doula Association.
Beautiful story.